We are back, everybody. Our second game here for the week 4 of Meta for Rocket League is about to kick off. I am still Midnight, and still I am joined by Chris the Average.
Yes, indeed. And well, we have an utter cracker of a game here. It's the top of the table for the New South Wales ACT Queensland division, with Emmaus taking on Caringbah High to see who will claim the number 1 spot, with both teams currently at 3-0 this afternoon.
Yeah, and that's a really important notice for both of these teams. The fact that both teams are sitting at that 3-0 scoreline means whoever takes this will be leading the charge for the New South Wales region, which is a really good step forward, because if you can build up a good lead early in the season, you pretty much guarantee yourself your spot at the national finals when you get to it, and it really makes you a menace to deal with. And other teams go, like, they'll see you on the roster and be like, oh god, we're versing the top place team, like, oh dear lord.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be important to try and pick up the sole number 1 spot today for both teams. Caringbah, if I remember correctly, made New South Wales finals last year. I'm just trying to remember if they made nationals as well. I'm just trying to go through my notes, but alas, my notes are not giving me too much help at the moment. But yeah, Caringbah, they have a history of going well in meta, so they'll be looking to try and keep that going today. Meanwhile, Emmaus, we saw them last week here on the Meta HSC channel, where they just dominated their opposition. It was a very, very commanding 3-0 victory, and well, they'll be looking to try and emulate that today.
Yeah, try and drive that one forward, but will they is the real question. Both of these teams, as we know, are going to be fighting from the start. Just notice the camera shake coming in chat, because of course, camera shake is just the biggest thing you've got to watch out for nowadays here. As coming into this again, it's the questions of, again, you, especially with a team, two teams that are 3-0, you do have to expect, like, for example, the first series you saw today, Montalbot versus Tauranga. It was a bit one-sided because one of the teams was clearly mechanically quite ahead of the other. Coming into this one, Chris, we're expecting a bit more of an even playing field, and maybe more high-level plays and mechanics having to be dropped in order to catch a victory.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for today here, Midnight. I think but this should be a very good series, but it was hard to say who I would actually tip to win. I would say maybe Emmaus in 5, but yeah, this is going to be a fairly tight game in my opinion. Obviously, as I said, Caringbah made it to the finals last year against Canleyville, who are currently 3rd in the standings, tied 3rd with 4 other teams, which is going to be crucial, given that only the top 4 teams make it through to the regional playoffs, so that will obviously need to clear out. But yeah, I think Emmaus should maybe have the edge from what I saw last week, but it would not surprise me if Caringbah won.
Yeah, 2 very strong teams in the road. It seems like the New South Wales region, the state, not region, the state in general just seems to have quite strong teams coming from there. So, if nothing else, the fight to get out of New South Wales and to start, challenging, going head-to-head with the other states later on in the season is going to be hotly contested. But if they want to get to that point, of course, the first step is claiming victory in New South Wales, and that it can only be done by winning as many games as you can get your hands on. As our first game, hopefully, will be starting up in just a minute or two. We're still waiting for one of the teams to grace us with their presence.
Yeah, just waiting on one small set of teams to come through here, and we should be getting underway. I'm just wondering where they are. We've been told that they should be here at any moment, but just looks like they're taking their time here, which isn't always ideal, but you never know, they might be in a ranked game. They might be looking to try and finish that off quickly as they can so they can get in here.
Yeah, well, while we've got a little bit of time, I figured we could involve Twitch chat, because Twitch chat is the reason we're here. So Twitch chat, let's see who you think's gonna win this one. We have MS. I don't even know how to pronounce MS. Is that how I pronounce that one?
We're still not sure.
All right. Well, the team on the left. I'm pretty sure the Twitch chat can see it. Yeah, Twitch chat can see it. So is it MS Catholic College, or is it going to be Caringbah High School? So far, it does seem to be a lot of love for MS. We've got at least 2 of one stating it's a fact that they're going to win. So let's see if Flux has some good luck there, as hopefully the teams rock up soon.
Yeah, hopefully. I'll just. Oh, there we go. We starting to see the players join in here. I believe that's for. Yeah, but I'm just trying to remember. Oh, Tatagane. That's a name I recognize from RLO, so that should be positive. There. Just looking at the players currently here. Yeah, looks like it's going to be pretty darn good here. Caringbah will be on the orange side, so Amanus on the blue side. Obviously, they have Mock, Hatermate, and Supersonic. All three players did pretty decently last week, and yeah, I wouldn't say that anyone was fully off the well, someone was the best, but anyways, the action's already begun.
Yeah, first kickoff is already on the way, and hopefully a high-octane game is waiting for us in this best-of-5 series here. As the first shot going through, the demo not saving as Dwarf slams it in for the first goal.
And that was perfectly set up there by Tatagane. Immediately sends one past one of the players. We'll get demoed straight up to saying the pass over, but he's stunned more than enough as his team will get the first.
Yeah, Caringbah kicks it off fast, but will they have the momentum to continue? Hipster is throwing himself forward to the first, getting an offense for the side of Caringbah. A setup down the middle could be interesting, but Supersonic does a good job up in the air to push it away with the help of Mokes. But it's just a clear, and now that does mean Caringbah do get another offensive attempt, assuming it doesn't get stolen away from them.
Yeah, they did have a decent attempt, but the ball's now being taken away by Amanus, although Tatagane able to just steal it away and force a reset here. Yeah, I think there's a play missing that was playing here for Amanus last week. Just gonna double check that, but yes, I think something might be off here.
We'll see what we'll come back to that roster moment in a second here, as the play is continuing. Only one goal in favor of Caringbah for now, but there might be a counter attack here. MS Catholic is pushing forwards, an attempted shot, but it is set up around the center. They've got to be careful. Hayden in the air misses the aerial, however, and that will slow down the offense, but might not end it. As we see Mock throwing it forwards, does get a pass over to Tatagane, who is getting contested by Supersonic, but he does get it past. This could put the defense in a little bit of an awkward spot. Once again, a clear to center field should slow down the offense.
Yeah, slows it down as the Gaming Dwarf is able to pick it up, but here comes Hipster Whale, trying to steal it, but won't be able to here, and Mock is able to get the ball once again. It's been a pretty interesting play here as Supersonic comes in to take the goal. And as we look at the replay, well, set up there by Mock, who was doing a lot of work just trying to keep those two in the corner busy. Does what he has to do, and Supersonic gets a free shot on the goal from the center.
Yeah, set up there. The defense just was not in position to do anything there. A little bit heartbreaking, but that does equalize the score. And we'll have to see who is able to go grab themselves a bit of a lead here. As another shot attempt coming through the center field, but there's no one actually in position. Hipster Whale simply waiting for Tatagane to try to set him up. Ball goes through to the middle. And a bit of a slower third round for now. But then again, these teams are playing with a bit of aggression. I say it's slow, and Hipster decides, nah, I'm ending this now.
Yeah, ends it well very quickly here as we look at the replay. Hatermate trying to clear it out. Can't get a clear enough touch. He actually shields it away there from Tatagane, but he does what he has to do. He will get the solo goal, and just like that, Caringbah back in the lead.
Yeah, got themselves a lead, but the question will be, can they keep it? Because so far it is sitting at a relatively even game, all things considered. We'll see if that happens, as right now we do get to see Emmaus making an attempt at the offense, but Supersonic doesn't really have a whole lot of backup on this one, so it's not going to work out too well. And now Tatagane trying to play cutesy in the air, not able to get it past the defense.
Can't really get any sort of pass to the defense here, but look at Hipster Whale. What a shot, but Mock comes in time just to save the day here for Amanus, and well, that was pretty darn dangerous for him now. Hipster getting a perfect shot. He goes for another one, but look at that. Mock doing the work in defense.
Yeah, Mock able to keep his team in this one, only having it be a 1-goal lead so far. They're going to have to try to build up a lead. Supersonic tries to get a setup, but does not have the ideal angle there. But there might be some further follow-ups, but I feel like, yeah, this offense coming out from Emmaus is just going to have to be slowed down a little bit here. Starting to feel a little forced, and that can be worrisome because Taganage is trying to push past them.
Yeah, if it gets a bit too forced, they're going to be right for a counter attack here. We already see Caringbah looking for an opportunity, but won't be able to go for a full counter here. Hipster, though, sets it up nicely for Tatagane, but he can't get the clear enough shot here. And while this has been a pretty darn good game so far, both teams are willing to go onto the attack, but as well as that, the defense has been near superb, especially Mock, who had to save 2 goals within about a 15-second period, both of them pretty much on a scamper. He's doing a lot of work to keep his team in the fight here as Emmaus, they look for a break.
Yeah, but can they make it work? Not really. The defense coming through here. And now the counterattack. Supersonic's out of position. This could be a problem. Tatagane goes up, but it does not slip through. But Hipster has the follow-up. No, just a little bit wide there as well. And the counterattack not netting itself any goal. And follow through, not going to work for Hayden.
Yeah, counterattack on top of a counterattack there, but unfortunately for Emmaus, just wasn't enough there to work with it getting disrupted pretty much immediately past halfway line here. But yeah, this is starting to get very tight here. Both teams looking to either find the sealer or the tying goal here, but both teams' defenses holding strong for now. The rotations as well has been pretty darn strong, especially from the likes of Mock and Tatagane. They've been able to get back quickly and save their teams from losing a goal as an opportunity comes through. No Hipster, an easy clear for him.
Yeah, I got really worried when the ball was just being thrown there in front of the goal needlessly, but it has held on. But this is a worry now for Emmaus because they've got 15 seconds just about to actually get a goal, or else they lose game number 1 of this series. So they're going to have to make almost an all-in offense attempt. But I just don't see it working at this point. It feels way too slow, way too late. And with Tatagane doing the clear like that, this game 1 is going to be going in favor of...
Oh, here's the opportunity!
Dwarf, last second, amazing defense there to keep his team winning game number 1.
Oh, beautiful save there from Dwarf. Does it both on the attack and on defense there. Interesting to point out Tatagane getting the MVP without scoring a goal, but in saying that, he was doing a lot of work around the ground here, sealing a lot of possession as well from the Emmaus boys, which was probably one of them stronger or one of their bigger weaknesses here for the blue side. Their possession game hasn't been particularly strong in the first. Maybe they're just a little bit quiet here as the server does go down for maintenance, so we are going to have to deal with a quick re-lobby here. Apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. It is Rocket League, so what do you expect?
Well, you say that. Have you seen there's a video I saw a couple weeks ago where this guy went like 12 hours in a single lobby without it crashing?
Oh, yeah, but look, I probably was on a decent EU server, so, you know.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting we're in Oceania. My bad.
Yeah, sorry, we don't get good at servers here in OS. But anyways, back to the game. As we're just waiting for the server to reappear for us here. There we go. We should be joined back in momentarily. Yeah, as I was saying before the server went down, it was definitely a case of Tatagane especially stealing a lot of possession away from Emmaus. They didn't really seem to have full control, especially in those transitions onto the attack, where it was a little bit scampery at times, something they need to improve on in Game 2. But in saying that, there are also a lot of positives here. We know that they can counter well. They can do a pretty darn good job in defense. The question is now, how can they work on their rotations and their transitions? If they can improve on that, then they are well and truly in this series.
Yeah, I mean, you say well and truly in this series. The first game was damn close, so I don't feel like...
They're already in this series, but... They're going to be even further.
Like what our first game was, our first series, was here, as game number 1 has shown that both these teams do relatively even when it comes to skill. Yes, Caringbah has grabbed themselves the first game, but the real question for me is, coming into the second game of this series, how will Emmaus fight back? Now, you said one of their bigger issues is the fact that they don't seem to have fantastic ball control. They're almost throwing it away.
Yeah.
How can they then approach this as game number 2 and 3 and say, okay, if we can't, fix that up this game, what do we do to make more offenses work out for us?
Well, the problem with that is if you go, because you need to try and find the right balance between actually keeping control of the ball and just keeping up the tempo, because if you just keep possession and just slowly move the ball up, let's just say with a lot of short passes between the team, then you're going to just, you're going to lose a lot of time and you can't really get an opportunity because your position is going to easily read the play. So they need to try and find the mix of long passes as well as control. I feel like they do need to draw in some of their longer pass plays, but in saying that, they need to try and keep that tempo up at the same time. Maybe a few more counterattacks might be possible as well. We've seen that they've gone close before in those sorts of plays, but for now, as we will wait for people to rejoin the lobby here, let's see how everyone's going. Yeah, looks like we're waiting on Amanus to rejoin here.
Yeah, so we crash through them off a little bit there. So hopefully they'll be joining back in shortly. In this situation. So right now the series, as we were talking about before, it's 1-0 in a best of 5 in favor of Caringbah. The game score of that one was, of course, we just witnessed a 2-1 in favor of Caringbah High School. Now, coming to the next series, the next game. Wow, I cannot make up my mind on what I want to call this. There we go. They're finally joining in. I really think the first minute is going to be super important to dictate tempo. Now, Emmaus, they've shown, again, they don't really seem to have the best ball possession skills. So I feel like they're going to need to almost go a bit more reckless on the offensive if they want to make this work. But I suppose only time will tell, as we will be getting into our second game of this best of 5 series as soon as everyone from Caringbah loads into the game. There we go.
There we go. Yeah, everyone's in now here. Second game of this best of 5 underway. And yeah, this first one's going to be crucial here for both teams, as we saw Caringbah getting that early lead. And that pretty much set the tempo for the first here. It looks like they will be denied the opportunity this time around here. Supersonic goes to the solo play, but well soloed there by Hipster well. That's something else I didn't really point out. A lot of players did seem to feel very solo-based. Tatsugane somehow doesn't snake that one in. So yeah, maybe a little bit more teamwork might be what they need here for Amanus, but still, they've kept a clean sheet early on, and that's what they want.
Yeah, it made it work. But the question is the follow-through? Hipster's not going to let a shot like that one fly through his defense there. And now gets a counterattack, but the defense positioning is where it needs to be. So we're not going to get any, I'm just going to shoot it from cross-court and maybe get a nice rotation here. Supersonic got a bit lost. That's what happened there. He got 100% lost. Mark on an attempt. Dwarf once again coming in with a solid defense. We saw that save game one in their favor. On a follow through from Mark. The last second it gets punted out.
Yeah, Mark so unlucky. That ball about 2/3 of the way in from what I saw. But yeah, just punted out the last moment. So unfortunate for Amanus. He goes for a follow-up, but double commit will easily see Hipsterwell get that ball away here. Amanus keeping the attack up here, which is what you want to see if you're a fan of the Western Sydney squad. But meanwhile for Caringbah, they have been able to keep things in check, but Mock's on a break here, but the ball's just a bit too high, but here comes Hayden, mate, and he'll get the opener.
Yeah, a really good offense here from Emmaus. They were able to stop Caringbah from playing aggressive. And the Hipster, I don't think he knew Hayden was coming up behind him. He just seemed to be a little bit lost in the very last second. Oh god, there's someone behind me, and unfortunately, it does get Emmaus the lead. But will they be able to keep it? Is the real question. Second kickoff is powerful, and Dwarf trying to make something work, but loses the ball to Mock.
Yeah, I to be honest, I didn't really spot Hayden mate as well until the last second. He really came from the clouds to try and pinch that one there. So very good situational awareness there from Hayden to get Amanus a lead here. But now we're seeing Caringbah back on the attack here. They haven't really had an opportunity as of yet here, but 3 minutes remaining. If Tatsugane can keep the pressure up along with Dwarf and Hipster, then anything can happen here. So this is looking pretty darn good for Caringbah. They get the tight line. Tatsugane for the knock. The ball's just hovering. But that's quite an easy save from Mock, all things considered, as he immediately goes on the counter, but Dwarf with a good rotation, able to easily pick it up.
Yeah, but Dwarf now, can he get the offensive working? Not when Hayden gets in his path. Tatsugane, he's got the follow-up, and pass into the middle, and Supersonic coming in the last second to keep his team safe here. Now Hayden on the counter attack gets deflected. Supersonic will have to go for a bit more of a clear. He's in a 1 versus 2 and just doesn't get his car on the ball here. A bit slower now coming out here from both teams, despite the fact that there's only 1 goal scored in this game. As Tatsugane, he's trying to play it, he's trying to make it work. Rule 1!
Another rule 1 here, so we're into a technical 2v2 for the moment. But yeah, I think one of the Emmaus boys went, why are you doing this now, lads? And it's just ended that, which is unfortunate, but in all fairness, they do have a lead to try and defend. But Yeah, it's
the only way to get out of a rule 1 is to have your teammate BM, because you can't do it. Your teammate has to do it. As
exactly.
set up from the middle, not going to work out there. Dwarf Gaming not able to grab himself into Tadigane. Should be able to get back in time.
Yeah, has to send it onto this back wall, but does pick it up. He now makes a decent enough attempt to go for a solo play here, but sets it up for either Dwarf or Hipster. Hipster actually waits, nearly worked out, but alas, the two-man defense is strong enough here for Emmaus. And this is what Emmaus has been doing well. In all fairness, they haven't really been having good possession over the past few moments, but they've slowed down the play and they've made sure that any opportunity Caringbah has, it's been stifled out very, very quickly. Zipsonic, decent enough attempts there. But yeah, Caringbah, they're just stifling here a little bit. They haven't really been able to go for a fast play for the best part of a minute. And, well, look at that. Mock on the counter.
Caringbah lost. Caringbah looks so lost. There was a triple commit followed immediately by a double commit.
Yeah, that's... I don't even think that's a double commit. I think they're just trying to reposition here. And, yeah, that's on replay. Yeah, yikes. That's the only thing I can say. Caringbah in shambles there.
Yeah, they just looked lost in this second game. Again, the biggest thing that threw me off was we saw a triple commit coming out of Caringbah, which is just so... This is something you don't do in a coordinated team setting, where, for example, we know all 3 of these players have communication. So we'll see can Caringbah try and recover this game, but they're 2 goals down. There are 30 seconds left on the clock, and they are just being pushed in for most of this game. As Mock trying to do a setup in the middle. Not gonna be too much there, but Caringbah, they got 30 seconds. They're gonna make something work.
Yeah, they have to try and find something, but yeah, a lot of strange plays coming out from Caringbah as Dwarf goes close, but not close enough. Well, that should seal the game. They're saying now Tadigane, nice shot, but the double commit. We'll see if Mock easily pick it up and send it back into the halfway area. So yeah, Caringbah looking a little bit dazed and confused here in the second game. Yeah, I think they were expecting a lot more of a higher pace game, but yeah, Emmaus were able to slow it down in defense. They were able to deny most of the decent enough opportunities, and it just worked perfectly for him there. Emmaus with all the control, and especially in the second half of the game, and Caringbah, as he's pointed out, they just didn't really feel like they were in it.
Yeah, it was really weird, especially after what we saw from Caringbah in game 1 to almost look like they're not communicating with each other, to look extremely uncoordinated on the field as a team. Just wasn't what we expected, but Emmaus do a really good job of punishing them for this lack of coordination, grabbing themselves an early goal, got themselves, of course, the second as well, and, well, we'll see, can that continue into game 3, because it was really odd to see Caringbah play all it just felt really unconventional from them, from what we expect out of a team with their reputation.
Yeah, it's just very, very odd indeed. I mean, especially that triple committed into the bizarre situation from the goals, which led to the second goal for Emmaus there. Yeah, and that was just very, very odd. I think that they didn't get. I think they just got caught in the pace, and that just sent them into a bit of a tailspin. But if game 3 works out slightly better for them, I expect a much faster game, especially in the second half, and I think that will definitely suit Caringbah as we're into the third.
Yeah, we'll see. Can they make it work? Tadigane going up into the air doesn't get the aerial connection, but Hipster Whale's like, don't worry, fam, I got you there. Pushes him out of the way as well. Sonic getting bullied around a little bit. But once again, in the early game, it's going to be more about just feeling out what are people going for in this third game of the series here. Dwarf not able to get the aerial connection, but there's just no follow-up from the offense here. I mean, Hayden's around, but I don't see him doing much here.
You can't really do too much here as Tadigane gets a break here, but Mock reads it perfectly. Yeah, it doesn't really feel like a strongly coordinated first 30 seconds here. Yeah, Emmaus were just in a little bit of an odd spot where they had the ball, but it definitely felt like Caringbah had control of the game as, well, look at that. The gaming dwarf, he's just sitting in the pocket here. Look at the replay. Tadigane gets the pinch. Mock misses it. And look, he's just waiting in the corner. He sees the ball, gives it the lightest of touches on the wheels. And there we go. Caringbah are back in the lead.
Yeah, got themselves the lead, but the question will be, can they keep it? We know that they can lose their coordination a little bit. We saw that in the second game of the series. So let's find out coming in here as another offensive attempt coming out from Emmaus. I mean, it was a nice attempt, but the issue is that people just don't really seem to be in the positions to make it work.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a very, very odd with positioning so far, especially in the past few games. But I feel like it's more because of game state, because we're seeing these teams that, well, obviously Marnus seems like they prefer a slightly slow style of game, while Caringbah, as you can see with the demos, the fast counters, they want a game that's very fast paced, that forces a Marnus to actually say put on the perma defense. But yeah, both teams are trying to figure out who has control of the game, and for the most part, it just seems to be in constant flux, which just leads to players being caught out of position time and time again, and opportunities just appearing for both sides.
Yeah, well, Tadagane comes in here, is able to at least, slow things down a little bit from what could have been a nice MS offensive here. Although actually a double commit into the air once again by Caringbah. I'm really starting to question Caringbah's coordination, because this is the third or fourth time we've seen a double commit. Hell, we saw a triple commit earlier. But can he make it work? Supersonic coming in, slaps it out of his hands.
It could work there from Supersonic just to get the ball out of the danger zone. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of double and triple commits as well. Like in the net, some of them are reasonable enough. As Hayden May gets a free goal. He sends that one in there from close range. And look at that speed, 116 k's an hour. And well, poor old Hipster. Yeah, he wasn't expecting that one to come in as fast. So just like that, Amanus, they quickly flip the switch. They catch Caringbah off guard and they tie things up at 1-1.
Yeah, now the question will be who is able to break that 1-1 standstill here. 2.5 minutes left on the clock for both of these two teams here. As we do see Caringbah get some offensive rounds here. Dwarf trying to do something steady, but can't get it past Supersonic, who decides to do a nice clear open here. Moth, though, with an attempted shot. Supersonic is a little bit out of position, maybe. And now the possible turnaround coming through here from Caringbah.
Yeah, Caringbah going for a counter, but once again, the ball just doesn't roll perfectly for him here. It just goes into the corner, and they can't really do too much about it. So they are forced to reset once again here. Tatagane with a bit of a whiff here, and oh my god, Supersonic. I think no one was expecting that goal. Not like it's Super. Let's look at the replay here. Hayden, mate, gets a light touch here, which technically clip reset. Then he sends it. That would have missed, but look where Hipster is. That is so unfortunate for Hipster. Two opportunities to save. One of them just a little bit off guard in the second one. Well, he just gets sent one that he can't even react to. The poor man.
He was not expecting to be used against his own team there, but it has got them, so Emmaus at least, a bit of a lead here. Supersonic trying to say, okay, let's build some more. Not working out, though, at least in that turn. Hayden trying to play with... Oh, wow, Tadagane not able to get past Hayden that easily.
Yeah, gets a pass quickly here, so Caringbah will get back onto the attack. And you see, this is what I was fearing for Caringbah, as Hipster goes close once again, but as we all know, close isn't good enough in Rocket League. They just keep getting caught out of position here. Marnus, so trying to bait him in with a slow style play, but then they quickly send off a counter, and Caringbah can't do anything as Hayden made. Oh no! 2 touches lead it into the net, and Tatagane will pick up a double.
Oh, that's heartbreaking to look at, because I feel like he pushes it to the side slightly, but then just isn't able to land properly, isn't it therefore able to get out of the way, and basically slams it in himself, tying things up with 1 minute left on the clock here. We'll see Mock tries to do something cheeky in the air, getting so close with that one, and the follow-up from Supersonic isn't going to work. Hayden at least might be able to slow the play down.
Yeah, might be able to slow it down just a tad, but Mock decides to go for it anyways here. Sets up the play, but Hayden misses it here. This is bad news as a counter comes through. And yeah, just like that, Caringbah were able to flip the switch on Emmaus there. Granted, it was off an unforced error, but yeah, now...
That was beautiful out of Mock there. Look at this. Says, all right, Dwarf, not getting past you. Tadagane tries to shove him out the way, fails, and then just hops it over Whale, who just was not ready to move.
Yeah, that was just beautiful mechanics there from Mock. Beats out nearly everyone there from Caringbah. I was just about to say, Marnus has been doing what they've been doing well is they've been able to keep that slow play going, then just out of nowhere, flip the switch, force a quick counter, and Caringbah just can't react to it here. It's been doing well so far, and now Mock is starting to use its mechanics to just style on his opponents. So yeah, Caringbah, they're about to be a couple of games down here. This should be 2-1 over to Emmaus in the series, and unless, nah, I don't think there's going to be an unless this time around here at midnight. Game 3, and it will be Emmaus heading on to match point.
You say that, it's still in the air. It's potential. Oh, the timer goes out there. I had so much hope coming in, but that will be, as we were saying, Emmaus taking this third game 3-2. And now, Caringbah are in a pretty painful situation where they have to win the next 2 games or they are donezo.
Yeah, they're in a very, very bad sort of bother here. They've just been caught out by Emmaus. Emmaus in the first game, they just weren't able to dictate pace, and well, that just really stifled them here, or in that first game. But then as we've gone on to the past few games, we saw them get that early lead and just hit the brakes on Caringbah. They allowed them to have possession, but just didn't let them have anything else. No real opportunities to score when they did get close. Their defense was solid. And then in game 3, we saw the mix. We saw them play slow for the first half, and they kept flipping the switch. They just kept catching Caringbah off guard, off possession. And, well, that's why they're in the lead now. They're doing some quality work in managing to save the game. And if they kick this up, they're going to be taking first place in the New South Wales Queensland Conference.
Well, let's see how game number 4 goes, as this is looking pretty bad. Wales, oh no, Wales gets there in time. All's good. I was getting really worried. I'm like, Wales aren't going to get there. Mock, can he get back in time? Yes, he does. Able to hold that one off as well. A bit more of a fast tempo coming out here for game number 4, and I think that's kind of what we're expecting here. Emmaus, they're finally on point and target. But Caringbah decides, you know what, game number 4, I'm feeling it now.
Yeah, Tategana getting a free shot here. Look where he was. He just sees the ball. He sees Supersonic, goes up, and just not have enough boost to go near it. He sees it's a free opportunity. He takes it by the horns, and he sends it in as Caringbah as they pick up the lead for the first time in game 4 as they look to try and tie things up.
Yeah, will Caringbah be able to continue their advantage? They built up a small lead, but that's only 1 goal. Trust me when I say 1 goal is nothing when it comes to Rocket League. So let's find out, can they build up as Supersonic is being just bullied. Tategana's bullying him, and he gets punished for it with a demo. And a 4th goal.
Yeah,
that's like a book series. That was amazing.
Yeah, let's dissect this here. Tategana going for a really grubby play. He comes up literally about a half second too late. Hayden, mate, it's just given free reign as quite literally the majority of the Caringbah boys are stuck in that corner. He has a free shot on goal, and he just gets... Well, he just says, mine, thank you very much, and ties things up at 1-1. Tategana going for that rough and tumble game. Caringbah definitely been able to get a fair few demos off so far, but this time around actually bites him on the rear as they lose the lead.
This is centered. I get worried. Supersonic throws it into the air. We're seeing Hayden. No, Hayden backs away. He doesn't choose to commit. He doesn't want to leave his team without anyone on the defensive rotation there. And now the follow-up from Caringbah. Can they punish them? Not really on that play there. Although Hips the Whale might have an idea. Passes it to Tategana. That gets intercepted. And a demolition to boot.
And Supersonic will just get the largest of touches there to follow up and give Emmaus the lead once again. Once again, a fairly hectic play, so let's dissect this. Supersonic with such a crucial demo there. Doesn't lose any pace as well. That's something else. He T-bones him perfectly there. Doesn't lose anything. But really, that play was all set up by Mock, who got the perfect read on Tategana, sends it away, and Hayden, mate, just gets a kick-off goal as well. Caringbah are in shambles right now. 3-1 for Emmaus as Hayden, mate, scores the freest goal of his life.
What?
Yes.
How did that get past? Okay.
Yes.
Well, yes is the answer to that one. Let's see if we can find out. Will Caringbah be able to continue fighting in our 4th game of this series? Dwarf in the air is unable to get past Hayden. But to follow up, all he needs to do is rotate backwards. Not able to get to where Mock is able to intercept. Whale and Mock fighting it out for the ball. And a bit of clear duty now coming out from both teams.
Yeah, a few clears coming out now here as Caringbah. Well, they are struggling a fair bit. A lot of double commits as well coming out over the past few moments. We see another one there. So communications might be faltering here just a tad here as, well, Mock once again goes for a shot. Will be saved by Hipster this time, who immediately goes to the counter, but that should be read well, but not. But maybe that could have gone a little bit sideways for Subsonic, but alas. But yeah, for Caringbah, it just doesn't really feel like the Caringbah we've seen before. They have been very, very scattered. They have been scampering. And the worst part is they've been getting double commits as Tatagane goes wide. But here comes Dwarf with the follow-up.
Yeah, follow-up there from Dwarf. A beautiful setup in Caringbah. So Tatagane's like, alright, I can't make this, but I can at least bounce it back. Supersonic just got pulled in by Tatagane's driving, and then the defense was just, Hayden just couldn't get back in time. And, well, there we have it. Caringbah clawing back in game number 4. Can they continue, however? Ball looking good. Supersonic, can he put this in? No way. Does he get the clear? He misses the clear.
He was wide of that ball. We'll see it in the replay here, but look at his positioning. He was well wide of the mark here. Just like a batsman standing on his off stump. He leaves the leg open, and it's a clear shot. And Mock just has no qualms in sending it in and regaining the 2-goal lead here for Emmaus.
Let's see, Emmaus though, they're
Oh my God,
in a
this
little bit of
game.
trouble now. Tatagane saw the opening, and now it's still 1 goal difference between these two teams.
What I will point out, Dwarf Gaming, or Gaming Dwarf, that was a good play there. You only saw a snippet of it here, but you could just see him block off Hayden Meg on the wall. He was doing some really good grubby play there, and that just set up Tatagane perfectly for the clean shot. Keeps Caringbah alive in this series, but as they get the break here, oh boy, they still need to clear up their game.
Oh, they are able to hold on to the side of MS, however, the shot from Tatagane not connecting. Another clear coming out as well. As there are still 2 minutes left on this series, Chris, we have got so much Rocket League still to go here. As Hayden reverts with the ball.
That is something I do want to point out. Emmaus have been trying to set up dead ball plays, but really, Caringbah are more than happy to bump and demo, so for Emmaus, that could be an issue because Caringbah, they're more than happy to go for the grub style plays, and well, if they keep getting opportunities, they might be able to find that extra one-man advantage.
Yeah, well, that's where the demos come in, my guy. You got to see them work. Tatagane for a shot, Mock getting in the way, unsurprisingly. Hipster Whale does not really seem, he knows what he wants to do. He's like, oh, I could go here, I could go there. And then Hayden's like, don't worry about it, I'll clear it for you. Go nice and wide, slow down the offense a little bit. Supersonic catches that. Tatagane, that's a nice shot. Unfortunately, not getting any. Whale decides, don't worry, fam, I gotcha.
Yeah, the Hipster comes in to save the Tatagane shot here, but Supersonic, just mistimes it. So unfortunate. If he gets even a wheel onto that, Hipster probably doesn't get a clear enough shot. But yeah, Caringbah starting to come back in here. The Emmaus defense starts to crumble, and we're tied up at 4 all here at midnight.
Yeah, 4 apiece at Caringbah. I thought maybe they'd start, rolling over. Caringbah like, nah, fam, we didn't get this far by rolling over. We didn't do well last year by simply rolling over and letting the other team bully us around. So the fight back is to be expected. And the question is, to me now, can Caringbah build themselves a lead in this game? Or are we going to have an overtime scenario on our hands? As right now, Caringbah, Wales trying to be cutesy in the air, can't get it past Mock, however.
Yeah, couldn't get the flip reset here. Gives Mock a perfect opportunity to set up a play here. Caringbah trying going for the mechanical plays, but just not working out now. They need to try and hold on as Mock goes close.
Yeah, close. Not working out there, but a nice shot attempt. It could have brought them into the lead as 30 seconds left on the clock. Caringbah, a little bit of an oopsies there from Dwarf, not able to grab the ball. Mock on a shot attempt, a double commit, but they do manage to hold it once again. Supersonic's not done with it though. Passes over to Hayden. Hayden back over to Supersonic, but the defense once again denying the opportunity.
Yeah, Supersonic was trying to go for the bump play, but doesn't work out. Hayden couldn't get to the ball in time, so a few moments late. Remaining Tatagane for the long range shot.
No way!
Got it. No, hits the crossbar, and we're into overtime here. So both teams can't be separated. And well, let the drama continue.
Let overtime commence after what was such a close missed shot there, as Tatagane is able to do a little bit of a clear once again. An offensive, there's no defense! No one's rotated back!
Yeah, and that's the problem with overtimes. You might just get a little bit too committed here. Supersonic couldn't get the right touch. And Tatagane, he says free real estate, and he gets it. A clear line as we head into Game 5. Emmaus taking on Caringbah, the top two teams in New South Wales and Queensland, and they're showing it right now.
I shouldn't be surprised that both teams that are sitting at 3-0 on the scorelist are not going to give a damn inch unless they absolutely have to coming into this series here. But the fact that we are finally hitting a Game 5, Chris, is amazing for this series. Because I thought Caringbah were over. They did a fantastic first game, but then they were sort of nailless. They couldn't grab anything with their teeth. With their hands, sorry, until Game 4 where they came back and did a beautiful punish to drag us to a 5th and final game.
Yeah, 5th and final game coming up here as once again no service strikes. We're forced to re-lobby once again for maintenance here, so as we do that, yeah, I have to agree. This is turning out to be a really, really good series. The best two teams in the, let's face it, the NRL region have been dominating who's been dominating their game so far. They're coming into this game. They are fighting in hard as we wait for everyone to rejoin for one last time. And as I said, I think Emmaus might be able to take it on 5. But I also said I would not be surprised if Caringbah comes back and just not dominate, but gives them a heck of a fight. And well, we're seeing here so far, we're definitely getting the price of admission.
Yeah, at this point, I'm basically ready to flip a coin and say who's going to win that because it has been a back and forth series, Chris. And game number 5 is about to kick off. Let's see if Caringbah can claw it back for the 3-2, or will NS Catholic College be able to take the win here? So far, it looks like Caringbah might get an offensive round first. Hipster needs to get back. That's getting a little too close for comfort.
Yeah, it's getting too close to comfort again as Mock comes in from the cloud, slams it down in a dunk, and well, let's look at the street play here. Hayden, mate, sets it up perfectly for him. Now that is some good team work from Hayden and Mock. Sets it up, slams it in, and a 1-0 to Emmaus.
Yeah, and that's now got them the lead from Emmaus, but will they be able to continue it? That's something I always ask in these games, because it seems to be a very back and forth, especially between these two teams here. So Caringbah, the fight is now on you. You need to block that though. A little bit close. Everyone's getting very tensy in this game. You can almost tell with the way that they're playing, Chris. It's going to be very fast-paced, very aggressive, very no-holds bars.
Yeah, early repeats of Game 2s coming out here. Early goal for Emmaus. They go on the attack, but now we're just waiting for him to line up in defense and play like a Roman legion, waiting for the Barbarians to come at them here. But in saying that, Mock has just gone straight for it. He realizes the opportunity's there, and he's on for a quick twofer.
The Australian sniper coming out here from Mock. You cannot be especially against a man like him, you can't be leaving that person who's on defensive rotation out of position. You just can't afford to do it. And when you do, Mock will find you, and much like Liam Neeson, he will kill you for it.
So far from this game, can't disagree with you with that one there, Midnight. But here comes Gaming Dwarf with the shot from downtown, and well, this game is just going left, right, and center here. Tatagane gets the ball pinched off him, but it's just read perfectly by Gaming Dwarf. He just has to line it up and send it in, and well, so far this series, what can you say?
I can say it's a banger, is what I'm going to say here, Chris, as I'm having a hell of a time. Hayden up in the air. Will Well be able to hold it off? Yes, he will, but the follow-up from Mock needs to be dangerous. Supersonic, though, the 1-2-3 punch not working out here. But, oh no! Tatagane couldn't block it! He didn't get the right angle!
He was caught in midair. I think he just couldn't get his nose down in time for the boost. Yeah, he was just drifting to the center, and his Hayden made a free goal here. So once again, from game 2 and 3, the Caringbah scattered or not even scattered, the Scamper defense is coming back out. And as we saw in those two games, it did not work for him in the slightest. They need to regain their composure quickly. But here comes Supersonic to put another nail in the Caringbah coffin. And Emmaus now 3 ahead.
Man, That was a beautiful setup then. Supersonic says, thank you very much. I'll slam this one in here. And now, game number 5. I was expecting such a tooth and nail fight, but it's feeling very much like NS are just saying, alright, this is more than enough, Caringbah. You fought well, but unfortunately, fighting well is not good enough against us. They've got themselves a 3-goal lead. But Caringbah, they're not good at rolling over and dying, so I'm not calling them out of this game just yet as another offensive attempt coming out of them. But Supersonic goes for the clear.
Now, very possible, definitely, but they need to shut down Mock immediately, especially in this Game 5. He has been a force to be reckoned with here. He is singling the ball into the attacking third constantly. His first 2 goals just set the pace for Emmaus, and from that point onwards, it's just been so darn hard for Caringbah to counter him. He is definitely one-man band at the moment, as Supersonic says, I can do my own stuff as well. 4 goals now for Emmaus.
That is such a beautiful takeaway. Says, Dwarf, you want this? No. No, I want this more. Slams it in. 4 goals in 2 minutes and 40 seconds, Chris. That is a hell of an undertaking that Caringbah are going to have to pull off if they want to win this game and go undefeated for New South Wales. Kalganay is trying to do a setup there for Whale. It's not working out too well, unfortunately for them. Dwarf coming in, not able to get the right angle either. And that's just going to get cleared out by Mock, maybe, unless he misses. That's always an option.
Always the option there, but do want to point something out. Tadagane's been pretty darn quiet in this Game 5 as Mock, he gets himself the brace. And just, what else can we say at this moment? Mock is just controlling this game like he owns all the players here, or he owns all the PCs. It's just, oh, he is just on fire right now.
Where was this man last game? In Game 4, where Caringbah were able...
He was setting up for Game 5. That's what he was doing, Midnight.
He was finding his briefcase of cookies, opening it up, rubbing his hands together and saying, don't worry, lads, I got this. As game number 5, Mock has stepped up. Whenever this man gets near the ball, you need to fear him. He's either slamming it himself...
He gets another one.
As he forces the Brazil in game number 5.
Yeah, Caringbah, they've been so competitive up to this point, but yeah, they've just fallen to shambles here. It just feels like they can't do anything. Their defense is continually scattered. We saw with that goal there, they are getting in each other's way. I can say they can try and reset, but 2 minutes left. They need to throw everything to have any sort of hope, but that hope is quickly fading. They need to score a goal about every 20 seconds here. That is nigh on impossible as Mock nearly fully ends it.
Yeah, it's going to be a hell of an undertaking if they want to try and claw this game back from the side of Caringbah. And every second that ticks down on that clock is simply going to make it harder and harder. Every interception, every pinch, every steal coming in here from Emmaus is becoming a problem for Caringbah. And Supersonic nearly slamming that one in. I feel like one more goal would be nothing less than a death sentence. Dwarf, no! Dwarf, no!
And Mock is on a fifer. Just something to point out, Caringbah have only had 1 shot, and Emmaus, they have had 12 of them here. They've had a 75% strike rate at the moment. No, sorry, not 75%, 65% strike, or 66% strike rate. It's just, oh god, they are on fire right now. What else can we say?
Yeah, well, they've gotten online. A minute left on the clock here, as Emmaus is more than likely very confident the way that this game is going. And Caringbah, their first 4 games of this series were nail-biters. You couldn't tell if it was going to go left or right or whose favor. But sadly, game number 5 feels very much it's Mock's game at this point here. While the goal does go in, congratulations, Whale. I fear it's just too little, far too late.
Yeah, consolation's the only way you can say that goal was a decent enough attempt. Kevin Dwarf doing a lot of work just to try and keep the defenders occupied. But yeah, 6-goal deficit, 44 seconds remaining. I don't think we're seeing a comeback here as the Emmaus are about to go on top of the New South Wales and Queensland division for meta.
Yeah, they'll be able to...
Good take. There.
But from a game like this, you know for a fact that next time these 2 teams butt heads, Caringbah, they're going to be out for vengeance and blood. Tadagane's is like, don't worry, lads, get out of here.
Yes, this is... Yes. Yeah, he's trying. He's just trying to save as much face as he can, but with 15 seconds remaining, it's all but over. Mock, he has just been a dominant force. 5 goals, 7 shots, and an assist to boot. He has just been on fire in this game 5. And with that, Emmaus, they go on top of New South Wales, Queensland.
Yeah, congratulations, 4-0 for Emmaus in their scoreline here, while Caringbah will be forced down to a 3-1. But again, the next time these two teams butt heads, it is going to be a grudge match, because Caringbah, they got something to prove next time they meet.
Without question, and well, I feel like this could even be the preview of what could be the New South Wales finals. I mean, if Caringbah can do that, like keep up with them for 4 games, I can't wait for the best of 7 where even if they have a blowout like this, they will still have time to recover. So I'm hopeful that this is going to be what we see in the New South Wales final, but let's face the facts here. Mock in game 5 was absolutely dominant. He was quiet for majority of the series. He was doing some decent work in games 2 and for most of game 3, but when he turned up in the last, oh boy, he turned up.
Yeah, he decided just, again, cracking the knuckles, being like, don't worry, lads, I got this. So we'll see. Very good there. But the worrying part for Emmaus is now that they've put themselves on top, everyone is going to be clawing at their ankles there. So I'm very excited to see the future of these two teams and see how it goes. But I fear, Chris, that's
it. Yeah,
that's it from us here today from both our series.
Yeah, it's been a good Thursday. Obviously, we had the domination of the Max Purial squad earlier against Taranga, and obviously we've seen a glorious series here a little bit later on in New South Wales. But yeah, that's about it for us.
Yeah, but guys, on that note, thank you everybody for joining us for both series today. The first series, of course, was Taranga Boys College going up against Mount Albert. Grammar School.
Albert, yes.
Mount Albert. I can't read my own handwriting. It's a 3-0 series in favor of Mount Albert. I give up on those words. And the last series, as we just witnessed, Caringbah High School fought valiantly but was not able to take the victory there, leaving Emmaus Catholic College to be the superior team for the side of the New South Wales. But guys, thank you so much for joining us throughout the course of the day. Remember, next week, same time, same place for Rocket League, and we'll see you there.